Hello everybody, and today I wanted to talk about slow travel and why this is potentially a new and better way of travelling. Now, it's not the only style of travel, but it's a different one and one worth exploring. And it's something that I started doing a couple of years ago and have now gone into full time. So how many times do you go on holiday for like 2 weeks and you are rushing around to see everything because you've only got 2 weeks to explore and you want to, well, if you're like me, I think I suffer for, what's it called, FOMO? I want to see everything where I go. I just need to see everything. And so I rush around all day for 2 weeks, packing everything in. And when I get home, I'm like, I need another holiday. It doesn't feel very relaxed and that I'm not saying I don't enjoy going away for 2 weeks, and especially like when you're working and you're busy at home and that's all you can do. Of course, that's what you do. But now, like, I'm retired, I've got time. I'm really thinking that slow travel is the way for me to go. So I started slow traveling a few years ago. I wanted to escape the winters in the UK, so I went to stay in Antigua in the Caribbean for the winter. So I was there for about 2.5 months the first time. And it was the first time I'd sort of stayed away from the UK or home for an extended period of time. And I had an Airbnb and I got a good discount because I'd booked for so long. And I had my own kitchen, my own living room, my own bedroom, my own apartment. And I was able to like cook for myself, watch telly like I do at home, just like be at home but in a different country. And I tried this the first time I went because I thought I want to know what it feels like to live somewhere differently and other than the UK, and how it actually feels. And so it was very important that I had somewhere that could be homely. I was also really lucky because I had a superb landlord who I absolutely adore. And he looked after me very well, and nothing was too much trouble. So and it was a marvelous experience. And I hired a car. My landlord helped me find someone that loaned me a car, and I got a really good deal on it. And when I came back, I thought, oh, I'm definitely doing this again next year, and I did. I did it the second year, and from then I thought, this is the way to travel, really, isn't it? This is the way. Actually, I went further than that. I thought this is the way to live, just slow travel for the rest of my life. I ended up selling my house, and now I'm homeless, and I travel. Well, my plan is to travel full time on a slow travel basis. Now, when I first sold my house and made these plans to go travelling, most of my travel was slow travel, like 1 month to 3 months in a place, but combined with some fast travel in between. But if you follow my channel, you know that when I left and I was in Malaysia, I got ill and diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and I was struggling quite a bit. Now I'm feeling, I am feeling a lot better, especially at the moment because I'm on steroids. And I'm in a treatment plan that I started in Malaysia, and I'm continuing here now because I'm back in the UK to get treatment. But at that time I was feeling very tired a lot of the time, and I still get tiredness. And when I was coming home, doing the whole flight from Kuala Lumpur into the UK, it just felt like too much. So I did a stopover in Doha in Qatar, and I did sightseeing there, and it was only a few days, and I tried to, because that's what I'm like, I try to pack in as much as I can, and I was exhausted. I was absolutely exhausted, and it was just a wake-up call to me. It's like, fast traveling is not going to work for me long term. It's not now anyway. Maybe when everything's like, I'm feeling a lot better, my medications are working, I can do like the odd fast travel, but it's really not a lifestyle I can sustain, whereas slow travel is much better for me. And so it means that you just go and stay somewhere for 1 to 3 months at a time, and then you move on and you do another 1 to 3 months somewhere else, and you try and live locally. Now, like I said, if you can get somewhere that's got a kitchen and everything, you can cook for yourself. You don't have to go out and eat all the time, which is very expensive, but also I don't think very healthy for you long term. It's fine when you're on holiday for a few days to a couple of weeks, but you can't really do that full time. I know some people do, but I can't do that full time. I like to cook for myself. I have a specific diet that I follow, and it's just I know what I'm eating. I love going shopping, going to the supermarkets in different places and seeing how different they are and how much things cost, and then going to local markets, get my fruit and vegetables, and I like all that, and it really does help you sort of feel more like a local. And so when I set off solo traveling, I went to Chiang Mai in Thailand and Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and I really did feel like I was living there. It was a wonderful experience, and something I'm so glad that I've done. Now, although I'm back in the UK getting treatment, my plan is still to get back to my solo traveling plans. I'm just getting myself better. So why is this potentially a good option now for people? Well, I think travel has changed a lot over the years. More people want to expand their horizons and travel further and travel for longer, and try and do it in a sustainable way. So this helps you to manage your budget better. I think that's a really big thing. It really does help you to manage your budget better. It gives you time to rest. So you're not feeling that you have to every day go and see something like, oh, I've got to go and hit these 3 museums today as I won't get to them. You can go to 1 museum a day, 1 museum a week. You can do it at your own pace. You can take days off. You can just take days off and just sit somewhere and read a book or do some work or just have a Netflix day. You're not constrained to feeling I've got to do everything at once. And that also helps. For me, that really helps with stress as well, because I get quite het up when I'm getting to the end of my 2 weeks on holiday. I think I haven't seen this, this and that, and I'm running around trying to see everything. Whereas here I've got time to do it. You get to meet people. You get to meet like local people and make friends, and that's nice as well. And it's just a new way of living and travelling, sort of combining the both. So I'm probably still quite new to this. I know there's lots of other people out there that have been doing it for many years now and rave about it. So I've done it, part-time for a couple of years and then thrown myself into it. And may not have gone quite as to plan, but I absolutely plan to go back to it. I just think it's such a better way for when you're older and you don't have the commitments that mean you have to. You can only, when you're younger and you're working, you can only do a couple of weeks at a time. That's fine. But when you're retired and you can do a bit longer, it just makes more sense. And yeah, I enjoy it. Anyway, what do people do? What's your style of travel? Because there's so many, isn't there? And so many fun ways of travelling. It doesn't have to be in an Airbnb, doesn't it? I did 2 months around Australia in a camper van. I absolutely loved it. I'm desperate to go back and do a full year in a camper van around Australia. It was just absolutely brilliant. And I might get a warmer camper than I had when I did the 2 months. But I would definitely be up for that, because it was so freeing and so you have the freedom to see everything. That's another style of travel. And I think if you give yourself longer, this is why I always said I'd give myself a year, is I wouldn't have to rush like I did in 2 months doing half lap of Australia. I could really enjoy it. So lots of ways to do it, but all the emphasis is on slowing it down, bringing it down, not this hectic, exhausting style of travel. Anyway, I do look forward to hearing your thoughts, because there are so many different ways. I love hearing how you all like to travel, what you like to do and what you like to see. So feel free to jump in and share your comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because I'm trying to grow my channel and I really appreciate all your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. Ciao.